It's the grandmother of all porno films, and it's not even a granny porn. Debbie Does Dallas is the story of a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader who in the end has an orgy with the entire Cowboys football team. Or at least that's what people who have never seen the movie think it's about. What is Debbie Does Dallas actually about?
You could sort of help with things, storing stuff and moving merchandise.
Oh, sure, Mr. Greenfield, anything you say, but I've got to warn you that I'm pretty clumsy with boxes and stuff like that.
That's right. It's about drugs.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Debbie Does Dallas is a title that everyone has heard of because it's hard to have a completely shallow discussion of pornographic films without this one coming to your head. But if as many people who have heard of the film actually saw it, it would be the most successful film of all time. Even still, it is one of the most successful porno films of all time. So great, it has something in common with pirates. But this film was made in the days when standard porno films actually had genres. You had comedies, horror films, action films, historical films, the works. Nowadays, if your porno film isn't a spoof, then it's just 5 minutes of Seymour Butts sticking a silly straw up a girl's ass. Not that I, being a cinema snob, really care. If your adult film has a plot, then how dare it be a fuck film with a plot? And if it doesn't have a plot, then how dare it just be sex with no plot? See, either way, it's gonna strike out with me. That is, after I masturbate to it, of course. Debbie Does Dallas is brought to us by School Day Films. Wish it was Snow Day Films, then I could skip it. And what kind of proper porno film is this? The cheerleader has her underwear on. Debbie Does Dallas. Filmed in New York. While the girls are flirting with each other, it looks like they're filming some sort of gay porno on the other side of the field. What? Sherry Tart? This is not the time for name-calling. Now let's really get into the plot of Debbie Does Dallas.
It would be wonderful if you could all be with me. What we're going to do right now. First of all, we all have to get part-time jobs. We can draw leaflets and posters and put them up all around town. Yeah, you want to do it Friday? Sure.
I'm sorry, was there dialogue there? Were those voices just coming out of their tits? Well, good thing those tits were real, because if there were implants, the voices would just sound like this. Honestly, I've never seen the locker room at the Tromaville Health Club look so clean. The gist here is that high school cheerleader Debbie is offered a spot cheerleading with the coveted Texas Cowgirls, so she and her friends decide to raise money to help send Debbie to Dallas. It's very nice of her friends to get jobs in order to help Debbie try out for a Texas cheerleading team. I guess that means they have no hopes, dreams, or ambitions of their own.
Remember, we only have 2 weeks to raise the money, and that means no dates.
Or at least no kissing on the lips. One of them gets a job with Terry Jacks here, post-Seasons in the Sun.
Well, you're cute. You can't blame the guy for trying.
I might have been a little hasty, but I was younger then, and I need the money more now.
The character you're playing is still underage. Now you're just jailbait with tits. Debbie, meanwhile, gets a job assisting Professor Monroe on an expedition to search the Amazon for a missing documentary film crew. What? Of course I had to make a Cannibal Holocaust reference. It's Robert Kerman. I'm sorry, Richard Bala. Though I don't think any of the cannibals acted like this.
Oh, Mr. Greenfield, can I have the job? Can I have the job, please? I have to go to Texas to be a Texas cowgirl, and we don't have any money.
No, the cannibals were way more dignified.
You know, because I know that you really understand, because I know that you've both done yourself and stuff.
And I think we can arrange something around the store for a little extra money for you.
Well, what did you have in mind?
God, if her eyes got any wider, she could be Princess Leia in the Star Wars Holiday Special. I wonder if she got her drugs from Billy Budd here.
Start as soon as you like. How about tomorrow?
Oh, Mr. Hardwick, what can I ever do to repay you?
We'll think of something.
Oh, they're gonna fuck. Not that the conversation with her squad mates is any more sophisticated.
Me and Annie got a job working for Mr. Bradley washing his car, but it's only for tomorrow.
Ooh, shit, she's starting to come down. Get Billy Budd back on set. Stat! I think we're starting to lose her. The hell is this? Is this a high school football team or the original Inglorious Bastards? Who the hell are they trying to fool here? I don't even think the interns on this film were teenagers. Look, the shower orgy contains the likes of David Crosby, John Oates, and one of the members of the Sunshine Band. Co-ed showers were a risky move in the 70s. Old men could break in to have sex with 28-year-old women. At least they got someone here to clean up after every sex scene. I don't know if you know this, but in the 70s, men ejaculated cigarette butts. Debbie is excelling at her job, I suppose.
Oh, Mr. Greenfield, you're so strong.
Why does it keep showing us clips of the end? Does porn really need foreshadowing? The only surprising foreshadowing porn ever needs is if a character says, you know what? No, I'm not gonna have sex with you. And then they don't.
Oh, Mr. Greenfield, I've been working here 3 days, and we still haven't worked on the stockroom, and I really need the extra money.
My God. I am very disappointed at the quality of acting in this film. And at Mr. Greenfield's complete lack of professionalism.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, I'll give you $10 if you let me look at your tits.
Mr. Greenfield!
$10? Well, with that money, you could get a hooker to talk to you.
You know we're all good girls.
Really? You're all good girls? I'm gonna smell all of those 9-irons behind you to figure out if you're lying.
Mr. Greenfield, we are going a little bit too far.
I'll give you another $10, please.
Now you're going a little too far? The only time you could ever go too far in a porno film is if you accidentally made a snuff film.
I'll give you another $10. Just let me suck them, please. Just a little suck on each one.
Well, would you give me $20 for that?
$20? Now we're talking. Quality green from Billy Budd is at least $60.
Mr. Greenfield, this is going a little too far. It's a lot too far. If you don't stop right this minute, I'm going to tell my mother.
Best line with the best context in any porno film ever. Right next to, I'm gonna be velvet-mouthed on your shank of love. But seriously, she still lives with her mom? This, however, has given Debbie an idea. They aren't making jack shit at their current jobs, but if they charge their employers to have sex with them, now we're talking serious cash. I believe that's called, prostitution? No, not prostitution. Oh, good business strategy.
And we don't have to do anything more than what we do with our boyfriends. And they certainly have fun, don't they? And we're all still virgins, aren't we?
You are all so not virgins. In fact, I think your high school shower room is now pregnant.
Tammy? I guess so, if everyone else says yes.
I'm sorry, the topless girl is having reservations? Why don't you put your shirt back on? Because at least then, I still wouldn't take you seriously. Boy, this is gonna make their workday go by a lot more satisfying.
Oh, Tom. You fuck.
Language? Jesus. Where do these girls get off using this kind of disrespect? Also, she seems really eager to masturbate. Too bad there's nothing close by that she could use as assistance. In the locker room, they came well prepared.
Yeah, Annie, your boyfriend seems really happy, and I know you're still a virgin, so what's your secret? I'll tell you. Okay. Who's got a banana?
I do.
Sticking a banana in you is something that only virgins do? Well, I'm still keeping this banana in my ass. Eventually, she's caught by her manager, and every great sex scene starts out with the girl seeming completely uninterested.
Roberta, remember I talked about that, earning some extra money with a special job?
Mrs. Hardwick, I didn't know that's what you had in mind for the special job.
Yes, you so did! Do you not remember your pact with Debbie on becoming underage hookers? See? Michelle Rodriguez and Trailer Park McNipples get the gist. Washing each other and not the car means that someone will pay to fuck you.
Why are you girls, washing the car in the rain?
That's a hose, dumbass. It's not really raining out there. Ooh, hey, and icy. Oh my god, it's snowing. Ugh, it's sort of rare when the To Catch a Predator decoys show up at your house. Okay, that's gonna be 20 bucks for intercourse and 10 bucks for awkward conversation.
Mr. Bradley, we're not just washing cars anymore.
Well, I really don't think you'd be into what I have in mind.
You'd be surprised at what we're into, Mr. Bradley.
You're serious, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, very serious.
How can I be sure you aren't going to tell anybody?
This guy's acting is a little too good for this movie. I actually think he wants to molest them. I think it's clear that we all know where this predictable scene is going. They all take their clothes off, they eat each other out, and...
Oh, fuck me in the ass.
Well, then they take turns sucking his dick, and...
Oh, fuck me in the ass.
I get it! Can I at least show the scene where he sticks his finger?
Fuck me in the ass. Oh.
You know, in all of these pornos, it's a shame that I can never show scenes where the director switches to the brown eye lens. Meanwhile, in the paper chase, they're about to find out that there's only one way to pass mean old Charles Kingsfield's course. Not really sure we needed a prequel to the opening library scene from Ghostbusters, and I'm also not sure that it needed to be a porno. Ooh, the way she differentiates between true crime and nonfiction. Ooh, file my hardcover under C for coitus. This is high school, though. It's okay to play grab ass in the library, so long as they still whisper.
You want me to show you what my girlfriend showed me?
Oh, great. She's gonna wash his car while sticking a candle in his ass. That is, until they get caught.
This is outrageous. You come with me to my office, right now.
Yes, Mr. Biddle.
Did anyone not know how to have sneaky sex in the 70s? It's not about getting caught. It's about convincing the person who catches you to join in.
Mr. Biddle, just don't tell my parents, please. Please, Mr. Biddle, please. Please don't tell my parents.
Well, that was awkward. And all of this from director Jim Clark, a.k.a. Jim Buckley, the man who brought us Teenage Pajama Party, The Girls of Godiva High, and Lil Darlings. Jesus, what do all of those films have in common? Well, they're in color, of course. So what's gonna happen here? Detention?
What you need, young lady, is a good spanking.
Back then, it was still legal to spank students in school. You just had to film yourself doing it. Nice sinking there. The air around her ass sure is learning its lesson.
All it wanted to do was pull up your skirt and take down your pants and spank your bare bottom.
Over the years, so many creepy old men have left the floors of our porno theaters sticky with despair. But now they finally have a film that they can both jerk off to and relate to. It turns out okay, though. Her and 70s Howard Stern are completely off the hook. I don't think they've raised enough money yet. Oh, who cares? They're still gonna have sex anyway.
One more thing, Lisa. Thank you very much. Would you get me that clipboard over there by the fire?
Sure thing.
We get it. That's what a vagina looked like in the 70s. So far, this scene seems less creepy than the previous one, but then this happens.
I tell you, these babes are really something. You gotta see them. 16 years old, built like this. Sounds good.
Say what you will about Polanski here, he is a fantastic tennis player. By the way, I'm sure Adidas paid a lot for this product placement. It was either this or Sextet. I think they went with the right choice.
But, Mr. Greenfield, we girls promised ourselves that we wouldn't spoil ourselves for our future husbands.
The hell is she being so prudish about? The whole raising money with sex tactic was her fucking idea. Mr. Greenfield wants to have sex with Debbie so bad, though, that he offers to fund her entire way to Dallas if she screws him. Hey, if you got the money, why not? That, however, shouldn't stop the other girls from getting some on the side. Careful there. The kid from Rocket's Your Decision is gonna come by and judge you for having a fun life.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Where the fuck did she come from?
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Shit. Fucking Wenda's way more powerful than Waldo. She can hide and appear out of thin air. Also, I love this shot. That's a face that says, your tongue tastes like old bratwurst. Debbie comes in to pose for the movie's box cover and uh-oh.
Mr. Greenfield!
Debbie.
The only way this could possibly end any better is if he comes in her face and says, hey kid, catch.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be captain of the football team. But I was too small. But I had one thing that was big enough.
Robert Kerman fought cannibals by day and fucked porn stars by night. His life is better than both his classmates and mine.
My, Mr. Greenfield, how big you are.
I don't understand why she sounds so fake right there. I've seen Robert Kerman's dick. It's actually quite impressive. With the plot more or less resolved, this makes up the last 12 minutes of the film. And the only thing I learned from this scene is that Debbie is a natural brunette, and what the final score is. Touchdown Greenfield and score Debbie. Does that mean their game ends in a tie? Well, Debbie was in both Debbie Does Dallas 2 and 3, and Kerman was in those, plus Spider-Man. So I think Kerman wins. Well, I don't know what to say about this, except that it featured no scene of Dallas, nor Debbie doing Dallas. Lies! But I suppose that's a better title than Debbie Fucks Mr. Greenfield for Money. It's a lot more honest than the trailer.
Hi, my name is Bambi Woods, and it's interesting that I was chosen for this part in this movie because in real life I was a Dallas cowgirl.
That's about as true as her name being Bambi Woods. I don't think I have to say, but Debbie Does Dallas was a huge success for the industry, and 35 years after release, it's still one of the most well-known, successful, and profitable adult films ever made. The film spawned countless sequels and imitators, not to mention a documentary and an off-Broadway musical. But for the longest time, the biggest mystery surrounding the film was the whereabouts of the film's star, Bambi Woods. Rumors circulated of her death in 1986, and for a while, one of the few interviews was this 1978 interview at a strip joint she was performing at.
Well, it's very funny how I got into it. I owed somebody money. A girlfriend of mine who had done porno movies before. And she said, listen, you owe me the money, so why don't you just go over and see about doing this film?
Wow, what a great story. Recently, the most widely known information is that she's happily married with a family in California. Which, if that's the case, her life really does have a happy ending, and that's far less depressing than the death rumors. At least a lot happier than the countless message boards featuring people claiming they've seen her.
By the way, I had dinner with Debbie last week. She still looks beautiful. Didn't know it was her at first, but recognized her from the box cover. It was totally her. She had a Caesar salad and a glass of water. I'm full of shit. No big deal.
Look. Well, stay tuned next time for the Cinema Snob's 200th episode. So I guess I gotta do something special for that.
But, whatever we can't give you, we make up in enthusiasm.
Sounds good.